Hey guys, Robert Trawick here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this video, I may already be dead. Okay, that's not a joke. That's serious because YouTube will not turn off my content if I happen to pass away. Like the website, my computer, so many other digital footprints that we have as photographers, human beings, and individuals in the world. When we pass or no longer can take care of those platforms, if we don't pay that bill, your digital footprint will be wiped. Disappeared, just like it almost never existed. Today is something special. It's a little different direction, and one of the reasons that I am choosing to share some of my thoughts, views, and my experience with lighting and photography is because YouTube is free and I can upload the videos here, and if something was to happen to me, they're not going to disappear. I mean, obviously, unless YouTube goes down and the robot overlords take over the earth and deem my information no longer worthy. But until then, you get to share some of my knowledge as well as hundreds of thousands, if not millions of other users that have shared their information, knowledge, and experience on this platform. So, one thing that I find very interesting is how unhappy people are. How depressed, anxious, upset, stressed. Now, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, and I am not any of those things. I am 1, 2, 3, or all of those at pretty much any time of the day. But there are some things that have helped me through where I feel like a better person. And one of those, surprisingly enough, is something that I did back in 1991. Probably before most of you guys were born, is I wrote my obituary. Now, obviously, this needs to be updated, but this is what I wrote in 1991 as an exercise to find what was important to me. And when I pass, how did I wish to be remembered in that little column of a newspaper that lets everybody know that, hey, the one and only famous Robert Trawick is no longer with us. So let me read that to you, and I will put it in the notes so you can take time to read that for yourself. And at least in 1991, you can understand where I was in my life and what I found important. All right, so here we go. Obituary for Robert Trawick, 1991. Photojournalist and author Robert D. Trawick Jr. passed on March 29, 2013 from wounds sustained in combat while covering a skirmish between international aid workers and the anti-government rebels in Sierra Leone, Africa. Robert was one day shy of his 50th birthday. Best known as Dixie to his friends and fellow journalists, Robert was loved and admired for his charm, positive attitude, and ability to overcome challenges. His charisma and humility remained unchanged throughout his military career, even after being awarded the Pulitzer Prize for his image of a woman caring for a deceased child during the Somalian conflicts. Robert's image was key in changing the public opinion on the war-torn country and encouraged worldwide support for the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, the United Nations Organization, UNO, and the World Health Organization, WHO. Robert's contributions to these organizations will continue with donations from the nonprofit art galleries and stock photography group Film for Famine, created in 1995. A consistent guest lecturer at Brooks Institute in Santa Barbara, California, students remarked Robert's technical expertise, approachability, and ability to engage all audiences afforded him the selection of Venus Maxter, Latin for favorite teacher. Robert received his bachelor's degree at Syracuse University and continued towards his doctorate education at Rochester Institute of Technology. Robert is survived by his wife Marjorie and his son Dakota James, residing in Denver, Colorado. In lieu of flowers, the family asked for donations to benefit children organizations or the Film for Famine organization. Celebration of life ceremonies will be held at the First Baptist Church in Denver, Colorado on June 1, 2013, along with 49 seconds of silence at noon on the same day by photographers worldwide. You can read this more in detail in the bottom, but when you read somebody's obituary, do they ever say things like Robert Trawick left a box that was his life? Or did it ever say, oh my God, he had 16 motorcycles and rode all of them every day? Or Robert Trawick was worth $15 million? Or Robert Trawick only had a 3% body fat, which we all know that's not true, but it could be someday. So when you are summing up your life on a piece of paper, what are the most important details you're going to put on that piece of paper for your obituary? And if you don't like where you're standing right now in your life, there's only one person that can change that. It's not your partner, it's not your lover, it's not your wife, it's not your brother, it's not your mama, not your friends. It's you. So let me give you one more tip. Just get a journal. Simple journal. You don't have to write in it every day. It's not a test. You don't have to scribble nicely. You don't have to write eloquent words all over the page. But you can just jot down what you're feeling that day with a date, and then go back and look at those dates later on. And if you seem to be doing the same thing all the time, and you're getting a result that you don't like, change what you're doing. Choose to do something else so you can get what you want. We all deserve to have great things. We all deserve to have our full of life. Question is, are you going to work for it? Or are you just going to lounge around and lament that I didn't win the lottery? Or if I had this? Or if that next camera had 10 more megapixels in it, I could be a famous photographer. Or if I had one more Westcott light, I could be famous. Find what is important to you and work towards those goals. You're the only one that can do it. I believe in you. Keep following the channel, share with your friends. I have more information to come, and you may not agree with me, but at least I hope that some of these videos teach you about photography, teach you about patience, teach you about practice, and somehow you share those with others so that, well, we can all be a better human race. Because it's all about collaboration. It's not about competition. See you guys soon, and I wish you guys the best. Take care, and don't stop shooting.